Awesome, awesome. So welcome everyone. We are with Julian Kanjere. He is the CTO and co-founder of Mandla Money. Thank you so much, Julian, for taking time out of your day. I know that you're busy. I know that you have so much going on. So yeah, I really appreciate it. Awesome, awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So I know a little bit about you because I was one of the judges in last year's competition, mainly in like the semifinals, but there's going to be people who are watching this who might not know who you are. So do you mind just giving us like a bit of an intro, a little bit of background as to who you are, and then we'll discuss a little bit about your business. Awesome.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So my name is Julian Kanjere. My background is software development. So I studied computer science at the University of Cape Town. And then I've worked for a few years in industry as a software developer, leading teams and software implementations. And then more recently, I went back to the University of Cape Town to do my master's in financial technology because I had an interest in blockchain technology and all things related. And yes, at the moment, I am involved with the fintech group at the University of Cape Town as well, doing some research there.
Oh,
and
wow.
Also interested in innovation and entrepreneurship, I guess.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, you have so much experience and so much, academic experience, which I think is amazing. Someone like yourself, what made you and your business partner, into this competition?
So I think I've sat at many conversations where we bounce around business ideas, ideas, say, what if we tried this? And so I think we've had a few of those with my partner Titosa Chimbezi. We had a few of those sort of discussions and stuff, and then this competition came about, and it kind of felt like it's a good way to go beyond just talking about stuff and actually trying to put together something and get a bit of some feedback from a controlled community, in this case the Akro team, the UCT team, and so forth. And then see if off the back of that you can start to get a bit of traction, maybe even introduction to various people, organizations, and so forth. So that was the big motivation, to say, we've done a lot of talking. Here's a chance to go beyond talking and actually build something like a proof of concept and see what happens.
Yes, and I think that's exactly what we're trying to encourage, other UCT students to do. Like we're living in a time where, employment isn't guaranteed for a lot of graduates. And I think that's what we want to push students towards. If you have a business idea, then, there's nothing to lose, it's such an amazing experience. You learn so much out of it. So I think that's the main goal for this competition, and I'm glad that you and your business partner were able to engage in that. So just a little bit about your business. Where did it start? Where did this idea birth from?
Cool. Yeah. So let's take a step back, right? So Mandla Money, the idea behind Mandla Money was, there's a lot of innovation that's happening in the world. There's a lot of new apps, especially in the fintech space. There's a lot of new apps that are coming out. But these apps often work for people that are already banked, people who already have some access, right? So if there's a new app, you download it, you set up, you're good to go. Like, let's just say a SnapScan or a Zapper or other more apps, right? But what about the segment of the population that is unbanked? They don't have access to traditional financial services, or they're underbanked, meaning that they're not utilizing or realizing the full potential of being banked. So there's a question of what's happening in this space to try and improve financial inclusion, whilst keeping up with emerging trends. So specifically, what we see happening in the space of cryptocurrencies and
100%
assets and so forth. So it is really this idea of how do you combine these two things and help to make a difference. And what we came up with was an SMS wallet. So the idea is that you can send and receive cryptocurrency, specifically the Ripple cryptocurrency at the moment, you can send and receive this over SMS by simply entering the recipient's cell number or their user ID that we would give them once they register.
Yeah.
The idea behind this is we anticipate that in the near future, cryptocurrencies will become more and more accessible.
Yes.
Within an African context or African context and so forth. But over and above that, we anticipate that there's going to be new forms of digital currency that are issued by central banks. So, for example, the South African Reserve Bank, they're looking at issuing a digital South African rand that's based possibly on cryptocurrency or based on blockchain technology. And the idea is if we start playing in this space now, when we get to that point where central banks issue their own versions of digital currencies on these blockchain platforms, we're already integrated with these blockchain platforms to be able to then support these digital currencies. So that's kind of like the long-term way we see this could go. Because
that's amazing.
But now there is no immediate need within the segment we're trying to help for them to use other cryptocurrencies like XRP and stuff. Like it's not a need for them right now.
Yes.
If we have a South African rand digital currency, then our solution would then be spot on where we need it to be.
So that's like a long-term goal, for the business. And I was actually, rewatching your guys' pitch, and I think it was your business partner that said that, you guys mainly appeal to the informal sector, and because they are mainly the sector that still uses cash and still operates that way. And, I was thinking that, your business actually, gives them an opportunity to remain financially literate, because often, they are the group that's overlooked, that's kind of pushed to the side. And then there's this cycle of of them not being financially literate and not learning the necessary skills and not learning how to manage their money, etc., etc. So your business has such a massive need, not just, in terms of long-term goals, but just month to month. So I think it's such an awesome idea. Awesome. Obviously, going through and pitching at such a massive competition like this in front of successful entrepreneurs, it's a massive challenge. And I think a lot of students are intimidated by that. But it's been almost a year since you guys have entered the competition. And I guess, my question is, how have you grown personally since then? I'm interested to hear.
Personally, or in terms of the business?
No, personally it's good.
Personally, well, I think I'm always joking with friends that I think in this innovation space that there's an idea that it's all rosy, it's all fun and games, but the reality is, it's time management. How do you manage your time on a day-to-day, right? Because you're trying to do a bit of product development. At the same time, you also need to do a bit of business development, right? So you want to meet people, have conversations, be ready to have meetings hand in hand. So there's some time management that comes into it. There's also, I think, some resilience that comes with it. You have to have some thick skin. Getting comfortable with being told no, right? So you talk to people, explore maybe a partnership or maybe seek some investment, and they're like, maybe you're not quite where we think you should be, or and they're like, we're going to pass on this for now. Being able to accept this and literally brush it off and learn from it and move on. So I think the top two things from my side would be time management and resilience. And then also just the idea that, at the end of the day, you also just need to take care of yourself. So that means that learning when to recharge, learning when to unplug and switch off your laptop, shut it down, and enjoy a weekend.
And it's so interesting what you said, because the startup space is so fast-paced, and you can so easily lose track of time, lose track of what you're doing. So you need to be able to be disciplined enough to be like, okay, I'm taking the weekend off, I'm taking today off, whatever.
Yeah.
But also, what you said, not taking, well, from what I took from what you said, not taking the no personally. Or not taking the criticism personally, like it's not on you personally, it's your idea. And I think that's what intimidates a lot of students, because they think it's about them when it's not actually about them. It's just about the business itself. So yeah, no, that's awesome. And if there's just one lesson that you could share, just one lesson with like for students, what would it be? Yeah.
One lesson is you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
Yeah.
So the one thing that I try to do personally,
I
guess in a business sense as well, is not to disqualify myself.
Yes.
So if there's an opportunity, I think I've got a good chance. I know there'll be other people, other talented people, or other organizations that might also apply for this that might be further down the road than we are. But I try not to make that my problem. I try to make that the judges.
Yes.
To say, let me at least just, throw my name in the hat and let's see what happens. So yeah, it's this idea of shoot your shot. The worst that can happen is a no.
Yes.
But if you don't, take that first step, if you don't shoot your shot, then you're like, you're going to be in the same place.
Yes. The funny thing is that out of all the people I interviewed, that was just a recurring like lesson that people mentioned, just to like put yourself out there and to just not compare yourself, because it's so easy, when you are pitching your business idea or when you're listening to other people's pitches and you think, oh, like the idea is so much better than mine, the idea has greater impact, whatever. And I remember one of the other entrepreneurs said that, for, her business idea was important for her community, and it was important to her because it impacted the people around her. And I think that is so important. Like, what you bring to the table is so important because it impacts the people around you. So yeah, don't compare yourself, don't compare your business idea to someone else's. I absolutely love that idea. And just last question. If there's a student that's sitting on the fence, right, doesn't know what to do, might have a business idea, but doesn't really know if it is like a solid idea, what would you tell that student right now? They're sitting on the fence.
I'll tell them to put it on paper, right? So just put it in a presentation and send it to someone, someone within this innovation space. So I think the great thing about UCT is always, like, if you look within the network, there's always someone you can try and bounce ideas off. So whether that's the UCT Entrepreneurship Society, even Akro, the team at Akro, like,
yes,
there's a lot of resources around and people you can lean on just to get an idea of, to just try and refine your thinking and then take it from there.
Awesome. And does Mandla Money have like any social media? Can we follow? Can we keep up with, what's going on with your business?
Yes. So the best way to keep up with what's going on is our website, which is literally mandla.money.
Oh, awesome.
We've got like a blog there where we try and post stuff. I'm quite sad that, during the interview, I was trying to like adjust because I'm wearing a Mandla Money.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
So I was trying to adjust to get it to come out in the video, but so this is my chance to say, look, if you see anything with like,
are you guys selling merch? Are you guys selling, like beanies, hoodies?
We're not selling, but I think we do want to just like start to get a bit of awareness, and we'll probably be giving away some t-shirts and yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. That's awesome. So once again, thank you so much. I know it was a very short interview, but I tried to keep it, short so that, you could go about your day. But yeah, I really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope that you're going to attend the semi-finals and the finals. We would love to have you there. And yeah, thank you so much. And I'm wishing you and your business partner the best of luck. And yeah, thanks.
All right, thanks for the interview. Yes, definitely looking forward to the to this year's competition, and all the best to the participating teams.